Hey, y'all. Let's see if this works.
You're beautiful but unsatisfied since day one. You were getting teased and it scarred you when you were young. Now you're getting older and you've been on the grind. Your paper off the scale so you feel like it's time. So you got a nose job, that's the primary thing. People teased you as a kid and for some reason you hit. Always into high fashion, girl, you heavy like lead. Liposuction out your shell like a chicken and egg. Feeling confident but now you're becoming obsessed. First your nose, then your weight, now your butt and your breast. It's a vanity fair, cosmetic overdose. Fiending for a next operation like it was dope. Now you feel the need to skin pill, your skin's no good. But if those around you were real, they'll tell you the truth. Just because you spending thousands, that don't make it alright. Had one problem, now it's many going under the knife. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on. Vanity Fair, yeah. Changing one or two things, cool girl, do you? Do you wanna be beautiful and look like you? Or do you wanna look like someone you saw in a magazine or video, but not in the raw? I like nice shaped bodies, bikinis Brazilian, but too much of anything just isn't appealing. Some people spend a lifetime, even a million. No grace like those unhappy when chilling. A girl with a big butt, big lips, small hips is what we all love to see, and men dream about this. There is nothing wrong with getting something broken fixed. Some women get a breast job cause cancer resists. Some women want to please their man and insist. And a woman really loves you if she wants to do this. But abuse ain't the same as intention was cared. So be careful of the drug called the Vanity Fair. Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, facelines, looking your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. I said your lips, breasts, butt, legs, waist, hips, nose and chest, waistline, faceline, look at your best. Do it like the rest, Vanity Fair. Come on.
Hey, y'all. Give me a second. Let me go back over here and say hi to everybody. Go up here. Hey, Rebecca. Hey, Outlaw, L, Kathy P, Amy, and J Dub. Blank Screen, Curious, Banana, The Mexican Chick, Hope Secco, Hope Solo, Sugar Flag, Carla, Safari, Miss Moss, BB, Tina, Moonlight, AJ, Frustrated, Lindsay, Amethyst, Bugs, Sweet Pea, Beer Cane Island, Bad Apple, Kimmy, Baylene, Moonlight, Leave It to Bieber, Nunya, The Truth Will Always Come Out, Angelisa, Carrie, Toys in the Attic, T, Navy, Marcy, Jennifer, Black Irish Revival, Saucy, Lorraine, FBSI, Koala, Shay, Dear Krabby, Proud Army Mom, The Silence, ET Lady, Cheryl, am I almost caught up? Jose, Miss Lee, Carla, I got it, Kiki. Okay, perfect. How is everybody today on this wonderful Thursday? Hey, Nicole, how's everybody doing? What we're going to do today is a little bit of closing up shop, we're going to start with Justin's video from last night, and then we're going to answer some questions that I've been asked. A lot of creators have reached out to me and asked me questions. So I'm going to address some of those and get some facts out there. I'm going to correct some misinformation that has been put out. And then we're going to kind of segue into the next little area. I mean, I've been talking about it for months now, but I want to go back and do some research into the Misinformation Cronies, all of them, because this is not their first case that they've done like this, and it won't be their last if they don't get stopped. So with that said, I have to also apologize. My emotions have been very out of sorts the last couple days for me. Normally, yes, I wear my emotions on my sleeve, but this was a lot harder for me to process. We got the report, and it felt like I only had minutes to review it and like process all of it. And I still haven't even processed all of it. Again, I have no personal connection to these people, but after working on this for the last 6 months, every day in and out, yes, my mind is a little blown. And it's only been a week since they started to mess with my family. You know, it's been a long week. Anyways, so I apologize again. I'm trying to keep it under wraps a little bit better, but some of y'all, I'm really disappointed in a lot of people right now. And then there's other people that I'm like super proud of for trying to correct people, get the facts out there. But there's a lot of disappointment in this. And I'll be honest. It's a very sad situation. And the people that are now like jumping over here to expose it just actively tried to destroy me and my credibility for the last 6 months. Take that into account. There has only been 2 creators that I even like really gave a shit about this story and what was going on. And that was Uni and Rabbit. But even them, you know, they cover other things. This has been all I have really worked on for 6 months, and the drama that stemmed from me telling the facts in this story. Now, I want you to remember that the drama all became part of this because they tried to get us to shut up. So they used all these other creators. Molly has gotten rid of so many people that surrounded her, that sat with her through all of this. I want you to be very clear too. A lot of these creators are now trying to expose Molly. Y'all need to sit the fuck down, because I have clips upon clips upon clips upon clips for months of these same creators sitting there condoning the same things, saying the same things, twisting everything that happened in this story. So please, subs, open your eyes and ears and remember that most of these people are only looking for an angle to exploit. They don't care about the story. They don't care about the human beings involved. They're just looking for the numbers and views. Anyways, with that said, let's go on. Yeah, and people trying to jump on this ship, again, like, I don't care. It's totally fine. You know, people trying to jump on the ship now, it's too late. They can tell the facts. I am totally good with these creators telling the facts. But 99% of them didn't know the facts when they put their first stories out, and they still don't fucking know the facts now. So they're just encouraging misinformation to be spread continually. And when you are handling a situation like this, you do not play stupid, petty games and dirty and muddy the water like these creators do. And that's all they do. So let's go into this. I don't know. Some of you guys have seen it. Some of you haven't, but this was late last night. I have not watched the full thing myself. I don't know how I'm going to feel about it, but whatever. We'll figure it out when we see it. You guys know he triggers the F out of me to begin with, so I'm sure it'll be an interesting ride. And by the way, for all of you lurking in the background, you creators who are now on this side of things, especially the ones that are using things such as exposing drama, you haven't been involved in this besides muddying the water all along. So take your clips, stick them up your ass, and go away, because you have done nothing but try to muddy the water and play all sides against each other and continually spread rumors and lies in this story. And now you're trying to get some sort of clout off this. I will call every single one of you out that continues to do this because it's not okay. There is actually families involved in this, and there is actually people being hurt by this type of shit. Quit trying to mirror my pages. You've done it on Facebook a million times. Now you're doing it over here. Please understand that I do not associate with any other creators. I do not condone 99% of what is put out here by even creators that I sometimes support. But exposing the drama, I've gotten so many of your comments and so much of your bullshit in the last 48 hours that you better sit down before I come right back around to you and show everybody who you are and the text messages that you sent, getting all of this nonsense kicked off. But y'all know who that is anyways. All right. Sorry, you guys know he's mundane as hell and hard to watch, but here we are. Here we are. This will be wonderful, okay? This all falls under fair use guidelines. This is based on my opinion only, on the facts that we have uncovered over the last 6 months. Let's get into it. First thing I noticed is this slime ball has his Cash App scrolling across the bottom of his thing. Again, get paid on content. But this isn't getting paid on content. This is exploiting a tragedy that you mofos lied about the entire time. Just a little detail, though, that I noticed right off the bat is his Cash App and Venmo is posted. Gotcha. Again, go on. Get your coin for your content you make. But it's disgusting when you lie and create fabricated stories to get that coin. And that's what you guys have done. You have no morals and integrity.
Hey guys, one second, I'm trying to pull up something. Hey, I'm live. Dre McCray.
Anybody know who that is calling? This is all the further I got to the video, and I put it down and I was like, nope, we're just going to react to this. That's Molly calling him. You can hear Molly's voice. It might not be that loud on your guys' end. Turn your volume up if you can. That's Molly calling. Molly calls and says, what are you live about? He says, Dre McCray. Why is she calling and interrupting him? You think she didn't know he was live?
She has been cleared of the investigation.
Mind you, they already knew that. The only reason why Molly went live, and I'm going to say this again, for those in the back, wake up. Molly was watching my live as I put out the truth in the Marvonne story that the investigation was closed. I was sitting here live showing you guys the facts that this investigation was closed and Dre had been cleared of all wrongdoing. Molly was supposedly at her son's basketball game, quickly makes a Patreon post as I'm live. Again, we've got it all. It's already posted. She makes a post in her Patreon saying she needs their support. She's rushing home and going live. Shit, she was so out of breath still when she sat down at that camera, she about fell over to get this out. Now, again, this was a FOIA request. They had to have already submitted this and had this information. They were waiting for this. The only reason why Molly put that out is because I hit and showed you guys the proof of what was happening. Don't let them confuse you. Don't let them lie to you. This was all a setup for a distraction.
If you want to come up, you're welcome to. Mm-hmm. I need to talk to you about that. Just relax for a second. This way. Okay.
Brian, you can take your Molly loving ass right back over to Molly. I have no time for your bullshit today and asking me about what I think about your slime ball friends making money off of tragedies. If a person wants to create content, then let them do it the correct way. And you are smart enough to know the difference. So stop with your little stupid antics in my comment section. I don't like you around my comments. You make me uneasy because you're kind of a little bit of a bullshit cosigner. Well, not a little bit. So go back on over to your buddies and see you later.
All right, bye. Okay. Hi guys. So we did call today. Allegedly Dre McRae is been cleared of any wrongdoings as far as allegedly, doing anything to Marvonne physically. So there's that. Now,
Allegedly, a police report, but allegedly. Hey, rapper. Rapper's just a troll, y'all. Don't get going on that. Rapper's just a troll. She wasn't allegedly cleared. She was cleared. The police report, hold on. Pause. There you go. The last line. The Yuma Police Department has concluded the investigation into this matter. Am I back? Let's see if it comes back. Sorry, y'all. I don't know what just happened. It completely booted my ass right out. It said, not today. Not today. Hold on. Ah, there we are. Okay. Give me a second. I figured it out how to get back in. All right. Sorry. We're back. Okay. Ta-da. Okay. I don't know what happened. I think they might be working on our internet, though. I keep getting stuff from Xfinity saying that they're doing stuff in our neighborhood, so they might, but I shifted everything, so we'll see what happens this time. Okay, let's go back into this. Sorry about that.
You could, after she cut him down, you could hear a thud, which, hold on. Yes.
So that's Molly on the phone, and she says, where exactly did you get this information from? Put a spell on me. Probably. Where did you exactly get this information from? The same place you got the police report, the body cam footage, everything else, Molly, but go on with your bad self.
No, it's, we called. Yeah. Okay. All right. You can come up. All right. Bye-bye.
He says to her, you can come up. And she says, no. She does not want anybody to understand that this investigation was thoroughly done and closed. Justin says, well, we called. Of course, they got the body cam footage and the 911 call, and that usually means that the case has been closed. But however, they refuse to, once again, be honest with everybody.
So, to me, I don't believe that she had anything physically to do with Marvonne's death, physically. However,
we don't care about what you think anymore. We don't care because this has all been a concocted scheme by you guys. That's all we care about. Oh, yeah, it is my internet. It says that they're working on in our neighborhood to enhance Xfinity network. You'll experience some outages during this time. Ugh. Okay. Anyways, sorry if I go down again. Just let you guys know that they're doing this. We don't care what you say, Spanky. We don't care. Not anytime soon will any of us care because you have sat here and lied on not only this story, but many others. But let's let you finish with your opinion.
in my eyes, Vaughn was very much so, almost like in prison, in my opinion. He couldn't go anywhere. He couldn't do anything. He couldn't talk to anyone. He couldn't have a cell phone, which
we could say the same things about your relationship with Molly. We could say the same things about your relationship with Molly, that she controls everything you do from our assumptions, right? From our opinions.
she was so attached to social media, and she could have talk to everyone, be with everyone, do anything with everyone, and she did. If he had, and that's another thing, and to me, the problem still, to me, it's concerning. Why?
You want to know the only reason why they are concerned about this is because they can't show a single bit of proof of where all of the money that they had a hand in raising has gone to. That's why he's still concerned. If it was any other case, they would have just said, it's closed. It is what it is. Yeah, it does sound like he's describing his cohort, Molly. Controlling AF. I mean, she didn't even want him going live. You can tell she runs the pants in that relationship. And if Molly doesn't get her way, so he's got a lot to say about a lot of shit he does not know anything about. And I am so sick and tired of hearing these fools, the misinformation cronies, or the tragedy pimps, as some call them. But misinformation cronies is definitely what they are. They have done this time and time and time again. And you know what? Everybody backs off and lets it be. They just move on to the next story. It's close up shop, let them go on. No, we're not doing that anymore.
Why did he wake up that morning, get ready, eat breakfast, put his clothes on, and
Excuse the French, you know what's coming? Because that's motherfucking mental illness, you piece of shit. Mental illness looks different from day to day and every person. You dumb, ignorant piece of shit. That's all you are, Justin. And trust me, Becky will be a name you're very familiar with over the next couple of years because you will be seen for who you are and everything on these cases that you've done.
get yourself together and then go do something like this. To our knowledge, April Cook, he is still alive from what I understand. John, I would agree with that. I agree with that. I think he lost his self. And I think, in my opinion, the chiropractor was getting him, helping him get his bearings straight on what he wanted to do, to take back his life.
Really, Spanky? Really? Because you know what was happening with the chiropractor? Or you mean you looked at a 5-minute clip of Dre discussing what was going on with the chiropractor and you twisted it into this? Fucking seriously.
And she put a nip in that, right? And so she files this report that he is doing something. I don't know I forget what the report said. It's been so long, to be quite honest with you. But on August 27, 2019, that Dre filed a police report against her chiropractor for a S offense.
So once again, not only is he just, running Marvonne's name through the mud, but again, he is now going to talk about an SA victim. No information. He knows nothing about it. Not a single part does he understand what happened here, except for little tiny clips he has seen and they've twisted. So now it's not only bad enough that they are broadcasting and making content out of 911 calls and body cam footage of a suicide, an attempted suicide by a U.S. Marine veteran. On top of that, now he feels that it's his right. And this was something we pointed out in the beginning. They had gone through many struggles. She had openly talked about this herself. But they're going to twist it to fit their narrative.
So let's see here. You know, it's just craziness. It really is just absolutely madness that you have, you know, a man who literally fought for this country, and now he's literally pretty much lifeless. Lifeless.
Justin, you want to tell the class how this wasn't bad enough for you in between you guys showing the body cam footage and the 911 recordings for content because you needed a distraction because you don't want people to start asking you where all these donations went because obviously there's no attorney, which Molly pretty much confirmed again while you guys were running your mouth and eating snacks, watching this footage. But you, in between this video and another one, took the suicide of the Judds and showed where she was found. You sick and twisted motherfucker. But don't take my word for it. Again, don't ever take my word for stuff. I've got a clip I'll share with the class, and you can tell me how excited he got. Pause. Oh, here it is. And this is from yesterday.
Bigger media has made it out to be a dig toward Winona. I think Naomi and Winona are more similar than different in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. There has been also, the police has made public released Naomi's bedroom where she tragically ended her life. Out of respect, we will blur or cover up the areas that may be sensitive in nature. Here is a photo of Naomi's bedroom. As you can see, there's like a phone put down here and photo, and I actually don't know what this is. No.
Hold on.
It's bedroom where she tragic areas that may be sensitive in nature.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just wait.
Here is a photo.
I'll show you guys another clip in just a second, and then I'm shutting
bedroom.
this off.
As you can see, there's like a phone put down here and photo, and I actually don't know what this is. I don't know if it's a GUN or not, but you know, it's just very tragic. Here is another photo of the bed where we covered up.
Oh yeah, they covered it up, right? Watch this.
Some sensitive topics as well.
Yeah, so covered up.
And we have blurred out this. This is the bedroom where it happened.
You sick fuck.
If you are
listen to the inflection in his voice, though. I want you to pay close attention to this.
If you are
wait, let me go back.
As well. And we have blurred out this. This is the bedroom where it happened.
It happened. You get so excited. Oh, tragically. One more time for that.
Tragically. Where it happened.
Oh.
Tragically.
Most excitement I've heard out of that motherfucker's voice right there is, this is where the suicide happened. Justin, you better hope that you correct a lot of your stuff. Otherwise, your channel will be going sideways because everybody's about to see how you have done multiple victims over the course of how much time now? But let's get back into this. Just so you guys know, that was the Judd between them releasing all of this body cam and 911 call. Then he went on to show the Judds, and then this. Like, this is, yeah. He showed the crime scene photos. He gets off on stuff like this. This is the stuff he likes.
I'm trying to find something. I can't find it. I need to dig out all the reports and everything. But as of the way I understand it, Dre has been cleared of any wrongdoing. That's the best way to put it. She broke his spirit, in my opinion, too. Is SCU here? I don't see SCU. So, sorry, my texts are messed up. No, you know what? I'm saying that he has not passed from the only thing that I know is that from what I know, he has not passed. Now, is that 100%? No, because nothing is 100% in when it comes to this.
Interesting. Nothing is 100% in this. They can't even come out and tell you that the investigation was closed. They can't even tell you that straight out, and it's closed.
Yeah, it would have, Isabel, I think if, he did this, it had to be so sporadic, right? Like, it had to be, in my mind, it had to be so quick that he done this. Like, I don't think he woke up that morning saying, you know what, I'm going to go out to the shed and do this. I don't know if, they were fighting the day before really bad. Drace.
Those words were never used. That wasn't what was used ever. Justin is also the one, just so everybody is well aware, that is who confirmed that he had passed during this whole, when they announced it in Georgia. Remember when they were protesting in Georgia, Molly and Justin went live and told them that they had heard a rumor that Marvonne had passed because a Patreon sent Molly this post, non-existent post, meanwhile, that was put in Dre's group. That's what her story initially was that a Patreon sent her a post that had confirmed Marvonne had passed, and they announced it live. Then when there started to be rumblings that there was no such post, they upped the ante, and the next day, Justin got a super sticker from Jill for $2 and said SNBC13.com has confirmed that he passed away. That is not factual. That is not a reputable website. Justin has also used it for a source in a different case. SNBC 13 is a complete train wreck of, they just take shit from the internet and put it all over there is what it looks like. It's out of South Africa. But they announced that to everybody based off of fabricated information. Molly has never been able to produce said screenshot or text about this from her Patreon. But,
said that herself. And so, that's that. Is there hope of a recovery, or why is she keeping him in a coma? Well, I mean, if there is no, if he's not on life support and he's breathing on his own, he's just, in a suspended state. He is not passed that I'm aware of. I keep seeing that, not that I'm aware of.
So nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in this story, mind you. There has been nothing that has changed. We know that Marvonne was moved from the VA shortly after Wynette and Marvonne Sr. were there in the end of June. He was moved from the VA to a long-term facility, and they confirmed that he is still in the same facility that Leticia visited him in. Molly confirmed that the other night. But meanwhile, they tried telling you guys all along that he was being moved time and time again to try and avoid his family from seeing him. And we kept telling you that's not factual information. The facility was moving him based on his needs. They knew all of this all along. They are not having communication with the family anymore, besides Wynette. Leticia supposedly popped up in the comments randomly, which of course she's in on all of this too. Let's not forget that there is a lot of this that they have spun and told everybody.
You know, I talked to Leticia some last night, and she doesn't even know. Could be Jilly.
So what's interesting about that is he says he talked to Leticia last night and she doesn't even know. But when they announced that he passed away, they first claimed that Leticia knew before they did and didn't tell anybody. And then the story changed on that. Now they're doing it again. They're bringing Leticia in, saying that she doesn't know. She magically pops up in the comments when they're doing this. Oh, I'm sure you wanted me to put all this out there. First and foremost, Leticia didn't have a part of his life. They had just reconciled and reconnected. What they've told everybody about that is completely fabricated. Marvonne's own words can be seen on the missing puzzle pieces about how he felt about that entire situation. They have taken one little clip and twisted and turned it into this great relationship that Leticia would even know. Marvonne's adopted mother, his great-grandmother, is still alive. Why is nobody asking how she's doing? Why has that been a constant that nobody has asked how his adoptive mother, who is still alive, is doing in handling this situation? Because they don't want you to realize that what they've told you about Leticia has been lies.
Could be. But, he was the cook. He was the cleaner. He was, the parent.
More bullshit to throw shade at her. We saw videos of them cooking together as a family. Again, you can disagree with their lifestyle. You can not like her, but what was done was disgusting. And many people had a hand in where this got.
Parent, Dre made, the bulk of the money, but it's not because Marvonne didn't want to work. I don't think she wanted him to work. And she clearly said that she was very jealous. Okay, Solo, come on up. Come here, drop a link. Let me drop a link for you.
That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. And Solo, I have seen you all over in comment sections in the last 48 hours. Safari Dream, I have to give you guys props. You guys have been trying to correct so much misinformation. It's not even funny. And I applaud so many of you subs because you guys from over here have been absolutely busting your asses trying to correct and get the truth out there. And I have to say, I am so thankful for all of you.
Come on up.
Why don't you bring that ass over here, Spanky, and come on up. Come on up, Spanky. Why don't you guys get the list of questions that we have for you and answer them for once? I'd love to see it.
I'll wait. She made him leave the military. That as well.
He left the military because of a knee injury. He was medically discharged. Tell me again how that happened.
Looking at link. of the rope and the size of the shed, I don't see the height there to do that. Well, you don't really, to be fair, you don't really need a lot of height to do that. And I mean, really, you just need to lean forward, really. I mean, it's 22-foot US.
I can't. Y'all, please understand there's a trigger warning in this. Again, I didn't watch all of this. I'm sorry. There's a lot of you in the comments that love Marvonne dearly, and I know that this is very hard for you guys to relive time and time again. This will be the last of this that we watch. Again, I apologize. I know that this is triggering a lot of people, and even people that don't care about Marvonne and have dealt with things like this on their own, or deal with mental health struggles or suicidal ideation or any of that. I'm really sorry. I'm going to continue, but if you need to exit, please understand. Please do that.
Should have a 22-foot USB cord. But he wanted to go take that RV to see his parents and stuff, but
again, their words are on the missing puzzle pieces. You can hear that they bought the RV and the truck to be able to travel and go visit as a family. As a family, they did that.
she, for whatever her reason was, that she didn't like Vaughn's parents, or
sorry, I have a lot to say, obviously, but that's not the truth either. We heard Leticia herself claim that she was the one that wasn't so keen on Dre. She pulled Marvonne aside right in the beginning and tried to question Marvonne because she was a more experienced lady. The same things that they've been trying to poke at us about, well, Leticia was a young mom. That's why she gave him up for adoption. Those were the reasons why Leticia gave that she didn't like Dre. Now, mind you, they didn't have a relationship. Marvonne barely had a relationship with his biological mother. They have a wonderful relationship with his adoptive mother, who Dre is very close with. So again, they're trying to use emotional manipulation and lies to have you believe a certain narrative. It's not that.
family, whatever the reason was, it's still his mother, it's still his family. And you can't unlove a family member. You can not like them at a time.
Can you just freaking utter the facts and say they didn't know him? They don't know this man. They don't have a connection to this man. So why would you be asking people that don't even know this man about this man's life and his thoughts, Justin? You piece of shit.
This rude person is in Marines. I don't know what that means, Locks. Are you not taking a link, Solo?
Oh, shut up, Spanky. Shut up. Nobody likes you. People watch you because it's like putting them to sleep. It's like melatonin. You're the fucking melatonin on YouTube, okay? Nobody really likes you besides your little cronies of misinformation people. I see you, Goose, by the way. Honk, honk. I bet that doesn't feel very good what Molly did to you the other day, but we'll continue on.
Come on. If you can chat in there, you can chat up here. No problem. Come on.
Is Spanky getting arrogant all of a sudden? Spanky, you couldn't handle confrontation if it fucking slapped you in the face.
So,
Molly before you were allowed to bring somebody up on panel 2 or invite somebody? Did Molly give you permission to do that?
Yeah, there's no sense in being a keyboard warrior. Come on up. You're invited. Tell me. That fits pretty well, Jelly Bean. Yeah. Yeah. I haven't twisted anything. I have said my opinion on it. I'm clearly saying she's cleared.
Huh. It did it again. Y'all, this might be hard because it just keeps kicking me out, but we're going to continue to go. Sorry. I'll try to hurry up and get through it. Sorry again. I don't know why it's doing this. It's my internet. They're working on my internet. We'll get into the goose situation in a little bit, but let's try to get through this.
So you're right, Sylvie. You are so correct. More than anything, I hope Dre doesn't, take this into her next relationship. And
by the way, if you missed it the other night, which I hope you did, because if any of the rest of you sat through that live, it was absolutely horrendous. It was horrendous to watch. But they tried to start a rumor that Dre had moved on and had a boyfriend. That is not factual. That is complete rumors, speculation by Molly and crew to try and once again throw shade at Dre and damage Dre's reputation. Please understand that right there has been a distraction that they are using. There is absolutely no factual basis for this. It is, again, shade being thrown to try and destroy Dre's reputation. And meanwhile, while they're doing this to Dre, they try to claim that they're the voice of Marvonne, that they are the voice of Marvonne. Marvonne does not need a voice. Marvonne's voice can be heard on the missing puzzle pieces. Go hear Marvonne's own statements, Marvonne's own words, how him and Dre loved each other. Again, not our business, but let's be factual about what's actually going on.
For the kids. That's the main thing is like.
And another thing right there. Sorry, it's a lot of pauses, but I have a lot to say because I've held back a lot over 6 months. I have held back so much over 6 months. You don't care about those kids, Spanky. Maybe you should actually put some time and energy into your own instead of worrying about other people's kids that you guys tried to get taken away based on rumors and speculation over the internet because of your theories and having your followers call in. Like those strong suggestions you guys make to your followers all the time. Maybe you should worry about your own because all you have done is throw shade at the children in this situation too. You've used their faces as clickbait, you sick fuck. And now you want to sit here and act like you give a shit about what happens to those kids? No. Back the fuck up because you ran over yourself with the first wheel on the bus and the rest of it's about to come over.
Because essentially, if by all intents and purposes, Vaughn is physically alive, but that's it. That's all it is physical.
And again, for you smart people in the back, in the bushes that have so much to fucking say. So what he said, this is hypothetical. This is not factual, but I'm just going to go on the theory. He said that the man is breathing on his own, that he is not on life support. So exactly tell me what plug or all of these things that you and your crew continue to try and suggest that she should do. First and foremost, it's not your loved one. Stay the fuck out of it. Oh, sorry, y'all. Sorry. Woo. Pop goes the weasel. That's exactly how I feel right now. And that's a good way of explaining my emotions on this situation. This is absolutely disgusting. Absolutely fucking disgusting. And a man that worked as a mortician in a funeral home knows enough to know that this isn't the way it works. They're trying to tell you a story that she should just, she's prolonging his life so she can collect benefits. That's not it. She was updating her people, the people that care about her and support her, and told them how he was progressing, gave updates until you all decided to get involved and twist and turn everything against her. And now that she has been cleared of all wrongdoing by law enforcement, you still can't just come out and say it. You still got to continue to try and twist it.
You know, he hasn't stood a day on his legs since May of 2022. Coming up on a year. He hasn't hugged.
Oh. Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Yeah, that's Mocha's. Yeah, that is exactly what they've been trying to kick off too. They've been trying to say that Google, and that is totally okay. You can absolutely not like her as a person, have personality conflicts, have your own opinions, but the facts are the facts. And what has been done to her and her family is not okay. Again, you can dislike her, but the facts are they intentionally did this. This was not a true crime story. This was a family's tragedy, a Marine veteran's tragedy. People need to separate their emotions about Dre and look at the facts and what was done to Marvonne. Remember, this was about justice for Vaughn. Tell me again how this is justice. What the fuck justice was needed for Marvonne?
Hugged his children. Oh my God, that makes me want to cry. In a long time. And Dre had nothing to do with the.
Sorry, I gotta say it. But that right there is bad acting. Oh, I'm gonna cry. You haven't shed a fucking tear. You haven't shed one tear. I've sat over here and bawled like a baby because this shit has been absolutely ridiculous. I can't even fight it. My voice starts cracking and it just comes out because this is a human being. These are human beings, a family that you guys have destroyed for content on the internet.
The physical, part of it. She was cleared. So that is what we have to take from it. But
she was cleared. That's what we have to take from it. But there's no but, Spanky, besides my foot in your ass that's coming. Trust me. I don't know why you trigger me so bad, but I do not like you at all. And it is based off of your behavior and what you continue to do while sitting there acting like you're this self-righteous fucking advocate and know all and understand and are compassionate about anybody going through mental health struggles or the loss of a family member when your sick fuck ass sits there and shows the crime scenes, unblurs children's dead bodies. You go and get somebody that potentially was involved in a case, and what happens to that man? We don't know. But his life is over, and social media had a lot to do with it, and so did you, Spanky.
I mean, can you say all of the blame? You just don't know what someone's state of mind is when they're going through something, right?
But 24 hours earlier, this motherfucker sat there and told you all that Dre wasn't acting normal as they ate snacks going over the body cam footage and the 911 call. And it's clear as day to anybody with a freaking brain that she was purely in shock. Now, any of you that have gone through loss by suicide, I hope that this was never done to you. I hope, because I saw many of you sitting in the comment section over there saying, oh, I didn't act that way. I didn't do this when I lost so-and-so, or I didn't. Good for fucking you. Good for you. But that's not everybody's experience. And then there's a few of you that stood up and said, thank you for calling out that she was in shock. It's clear as day that she's in shock. You are sick. Sick.
So that's you know, that's the thing, is just, you know, what was Vaughn thinking? What was the circumstance that morning? You know, I mean, it was early in the morning, you know, 9, 10 o'clock in the morning. Marissa says the family don't like her. Leticia.
Huh, and there it is. Leticia didn't like Dre. She said that how many times? And how have they made Leticia a victim when Leticia had a total, both hands jumped right into the middle of this? She was the first one to ask for money for travel expenses and lawyer fees to get visitation arrangements, that she needed this lawyer with $4,000. That was the initial statement. They started a GoFundMe. Leticia purposely and intentionally released the first police report to the public when these YouTubers got involved. Leticia personally released the location of Marvonne. But you want to act like she gives a fuck about this man and his well-being or his children? The bio mother encouraged the harassment of Dre and the kids. And that's a fucking fact. All because she didn't get what she wanted. Dre told her that she was going to have to wait to come visit until infection protocol had cleared. They were limiting visitation. That's in text messages. Again, they've been published everywhere. She was going to allow them, but because of the fragile state he was in, they limited visitation. She did not ever tell her that she was not allowed to come see him. And also, Marvonne Sr. and Wynette had already been to Arizona. They went and saw him in the midst of all of this going on. That's how we learned, because Dre put out a video when they showed up. But they never told you that that man wasn't part of Marvonne's life fully either. They never told you that they had only seen their grandson one time. They didn't tell you that they had been allowed to see him because of the VA protocol. They didn't tell you that Dre reached out after what we saw on social media that she put out and apologized to Wynette for her behavior. Wynette never reciprocated. That was in June. They didn't reach back out to Dre, but they were so concerned and wanted to make another trip out there that their PayPal was being put up everywhere and they were raising money for them too. But did they ever go back? Doesn't seem like it. Marvonne Sr. had to make special arrangements because of his situation to even be able to go to Arizona. But they didn't tell you all of those things. What about this supposed restraining order that Dre had taken out on Leticia? Whatever happened to that story? Well, wait, there was no order ever, which was verified and proven. Why in the closing police report is there only mention of them, Leticia, calling one time? Why is there no discussion with attorneys and law enforcement? Because she wasn't represented by an attorney, it doesn't seem like, does it?
I had a bad feeling about it. Well, I mean, I think they both needed help, truthfully. I think you're absolutely right, Haley. I think they were both in trouble. I think Vaughn and
I think. Nobody cares what you think anymore.
my opinion, this doctor, you know, he felt like he could talk to, he could communicate, he could, you know, the doctor kind of motivated him. And Dre said there was something dark, or, you know, she could literally see something dark in him. And then he allegedly, she filed a SA report.
Wow. This is the only thing he can talk about. I am so sorry to everybody in the comments that has lost somebody due to suicide or loss in general or struggle with mental health issues in general. I am so sorry for all of you guys that are being triggered by this. Again, I apologize highly, but this cannot continue to be done.
They both had demons. I'm torn on this family situation because he seemed to also cut ties himself.
Wow, one comment from this weirdo running around who usually spreads nothing but misinformation. They both had demons. I'm torn on his family situation because he seemed to also cut ties himself. Wow, did you happen to listen to Marvonne's own words maybe? Maybe that's where you got that? Rocket science.
I think he may have cut ties himself at a time, but, you know, to me, if he cut ties for himself, that's on him. That's his decision. But if Dre,
Which he did. Just so you guys are aware, anybody in the comments that doesn't know, he definitely made the decisions himself, and Dre supported them. She supported his choices. Again, don't take my word for it. Go watch the videos yourself, the missing puzzle pieces. I encourage you guys to hear his own words if you're interested. This is not facts.
you know, wouldn't let Vaughn talk to his family or anything like that, that's her decision controlling what he does.
So why do I have a clip of Leticia saying that when they tried to reach out to Marvonne, and we just played it the other day, that Marvonne refused to return their calls, but it wasn't his decision, right, Spanky? Right?
And we know that Vaughn was secretly talking to his family in the last days and months.
Secretly, but it was broadcast on social media when Dre and Marvonne were live, but it was a secret. Okay, gotcha.
Leading up to his death.
Somehow it was a secret that they were talking, even though that one little clip that they've twisted and tweaked has turned into the baseline of this entire story. But now it was a secret that he was talking to them and had reconnected. Are you? I can't with the level of stupidity here.
So maybe crazy mama. Her videos. So All right, guys. Well, we'll know more. I'll talk more about this tomorrow. It's late. I wanted to make a quick video and tell you that she is cleared. How if you didn't have a phone? I think he would sneak with.
Comment section. Did he have a phone? For those of you that have been paying attention all along and actually know the facts, I am really interested to see what you say about this, because we've clarified this and proven this. Thank you. Yep. He had a phone. I have nothing to say about this. This is so ridiculous at this point.
Some type of phone, maybe her phone. He would delete it. Maybe he had a little prepaid phone where I don't know. I'll need to ask about that. She did, Isabel. She did. Good night, everyone. God bless. Good night.
So there's that. That's the first thing we're going to go into. Thank you, Nanya. Yes. We've already cleared all that up. Again, like, most of what he said in this has already been proven to be not factual. It is just, yeah, God bless. That's how he's going to end it. God bless. There is another part of the Misinformation Cronies. So as you guys know, when I came into this, it was the Misinformation Cronies. The first focus was Katie, Justin, Elle, and Molly. And then things kind of separated with Katie a little bit. Katie stopped covering the story. So we continued on with what they were twisting and turning in this story, which would be Elle, Justin, and Molly. But those are the three main pieces. But off of that also came in other creators who sat there and helped promote this lie and this fabrication, and have continued to do that, and have never once gone back to their following and corrected any of the misinformation that they sat and let be strung all over. And now some of these very same creators are trying to jump in the arena of exposing this information when they sat there and lied to everybody themselves. But we are going to focus on some to do with Elle shortly, because she is just as disgusting, even a little bit further for me on that one with Elle. Her husband sat there, and he's supposedly a veteran. Again, I don't know anything about him, but being a veteran and sat there and used this for content, there's a whole level of sick in that whole situation. But she needs all the content and views that she can get, because I mean, she can't take care of her normal responsibilities anyways. She needs everybody else to do it. I don't like her either, and that's not going to be very kind. So I'm going to back up a little bit. I want to play a clip of something to kind of remind people of how they got this going, and then we're going to move forward. I'm going to kind of close a chapter here a little bit. I want to give respect to Dre and Marvonne. I've said it all along, Marvonne deserves dignity, but I also find it very important to continue to correct misinformation with the facts, because again, it's amping up. The views are going crazy over there. They're going to milk it because they're seeing money come in. Their cash apps have been exploding. Somebody asked me yesterday, "Oh, shut the fuck up. You're making money off this situation too." And I had to sit there and just really take into account. I have always said that my channel came to fruition because of Marvonne's story. I have never not said that. Like, me trying to get the facts out on what was actually happening built my channel. Absolutely. So yes, I have never, ever claimed anything else. Have I made some money? Yes, just recently, but I will not monetize this situation for them. Like, that's just my feelings on it and how I feel constantly. Now, they continue to tell you that they've done so much good to help the family. I want to take a look at some of that too, because they've made a lot of money, and we're going to kind of look at this broad spectrum. But I need to correct some misinformation too. Somebody had stated that there was upwards of $90,000 made off of super chats from this situation on Molly. That's not what was said. It's $95,000 in super chats. And I think that's the lifetime of her channel, not just this story. So that would be a broader spectrum of what she has made off of exploiting multiple victims. But there's a lot. But I want to look at a couple things because there was something that was shown. Makeup Mobster showed a list of the videos the other day, but I'm going to go back into my videos too right quick and pull the list that was just up, and you guys can see how fast she deleted stuff. So let's get into it. Give me a minute. I'm not turning my camera on. You guys saw me already. I look like shit. My sleep schedule has been, I got a Molly bun today, so that's why you guys aren't looking at me today. Anyways. But let's go into this. I want to pull some of these right quick and play some clips, if it will. I don't know. My internet might be real touchy today. We will see. I switched it to where it shouldn't bump me out. Like I put my hotspot on my phone as a backup in case my main goes down, but I don't know. We will see. There's me. Let me find my video. Did it live. Sorry, y'all. Talk amongst yourself for a minute, please. I gotta remember which one it is. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go this way. Sorry. It's being so slow. It's like not wanting me to do this. Hold on. I might have to do it off my phone. Yeah. It's always got to do this crap. Okay, that's not it. It's this one, right? Sorry, y'all. It's still trying to load. Whoa, we might be here a little while. It's still trying to, it's coming. Slowly but surely. Maybe. I don't know if it's going to load or not. Okay, well, we'll see if it loads. Oh, there they are. Okay. Oh, no. Okay. We're going to look at a comparison between ooh, I don't know if it's going to let me. I might have to come back when they're done messing with my internet. It's still not loading. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying. I'm trying. Yeah, get a cold beer while you're waiting. It's me and tech issues are always a blast as is, but now for this to happen, that's great. Pause. Well, Maybe today. I don't know if it's gonna work. Okay. We'll see if it works at all. Okay, that one's gonna load. Hold on. Maybe it will give me a different one. Just a second. One of them's loading. Sorry. I'm trying to see if they're, oh, there. One's loading finally. Okay. Now, if the one that I want would just load, that would be great. It's going to go through them all. Oh, goodness. Okay. Why? Okay. I don't know what's going on. Oh, this one might be blocked. Is it the one that's blocked, I wonder? Sorry, y'all. What? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me see if I might have to load it the other way. I'm trying to pull up the video that has the breakdown when we went through the other channels because we looked at Molly's. We had just looked at Molly's and gone through like the breakdown of it. That's what I'm trying to grab you. And it, for some reason, that one's not loading, but for some reason, that one had problems to begin with. And I can't really remember why it did, but let's go into this. I'm going to pull up Makeup Mobsters from the other day and we'll look at the back end of it while I'm trying to get this to load over here. If hers will load. Sorry. Y'all know me and my technical difficulties. And this content, if you haven't followed Makeup Mobster or don't follow Makeup Mobster, I'm sure somebody's going to put her link in the chat. This is from just the other day. Monday, I think, is when she did it. Is it Mondays or was it just, let me pull it. Oh, it's still going to give me the circle. Oh, this is going to be a blast. So she goes through and pulls up the channel list of all the videos that Molly has deleted. So that's where I'm getting to. Again, Makeup Mobster is incredible. If you guys don't follow her, that's where I go for drama or the facts of history lessons or anything of that nature. Sorry, it's still giving me the spinner. Give me a moment. I think it was the bathrooms and then, or was it? Pause. Was it just yesterday that she did it? Oh, y'all, this little toggle thing of the spinner of it not wanting to work is about to, oh, we got audio finally. Oh, we might get somewhere. I need an IT person for all my BS. That's what I need. Sorry. I guess I could do it myself, but I liked how she broke it down because I've never looked at that site myself. It's still toggling because I'm trying to fast forward it through this. Mobs, are you in here? Oh. Now it's stuck. Oh, y'all. It's fucking... I swear the internet likes to shut me up at times more than anybody else does. It's usually the internet that likes to shut me down more than anybody else. Like, oh, frick. Here we go. Do, 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 do. Okay, well, maybe we won't do that today. We'll do that later. I'll come back when my internet is working because that is not, it's not pulling up. Yeah, exactly, Lorraine. That's right. We need an 8-year-old. I'm going to go into these other clips because for some reason that's not loading. I think it's just trying to, I'm on my hotspot because they're in the neighborhood. They're putting in new lines with high-speed stuff. And they've been tearing up the sidewalks in all of the areas over here. And now it's our community. So today is this. I am going to, yes, Make a Mobster is a great creator. I'm going to play some clips off my phone that I have. And we will go back and look at those parts because I want you to see. So this is from July 24th. This is right when, the beginning of the case, July 24th, 2022, Molly and them had kicked off a bunch of hoopla to do with that. I'm going to skip through a little bit, but just so you have context, they had been making up stories all along at this point in time. But there's a few pieces there's a few pieces in some of these clips that I want you to pay attention to.
Or anyone's been talking about. We have Aunt Karen, right? Talking about it. People starting to pick it up. His fellow Marines are starting to
July
find
24th.
out about what's going on. Well, nobody's threatened you. A lot of us have had discussions with people in.
This is when she's denying that they were threatening Dre.
A lot of us have had discussions with people in the medical field. That's about it. And you want to know something? All these new people coming around were your supporters. And all those people that are paying to look at your private videos, those people are recording everything that you say and do. So the fact that you would blackmail her into controlling me and thinking you're going to make a deal.
So they tried to start off, and I don't know, a lot of you guys probably missed this, but they tried to claim that Dre was blackmailing Leticia into getting Molly and those guys to shut up. But I'll let her continue.
I don't like it when people try and make deals with me. So I'm going to double down and tell you that Leticia absolutely will not be apologizing for Justin or without a crystal ball or without Aunt Karen or the thousands that care for him. So what I believe should happen is I think that you should Cash App Leticia $1,000. I think you should Cash App that because I think that you.
Why would Dre have needed to Cash App Leticia $1,000? But I'm pointing these things out because it's always been about money. There's always been a dollar amount attached to anything with this story. All that was done was Leticia was told she had to wait to be able to visit because of infection protocol. That was not only sent to Leticia, that was sent out to multiple family members that had the same wants and desires to come visit. She sent the same text to those people. That has been confirmed. But because they were being denied what they thought they were owed by Dre, this is the shit that continued. Chances are probably something in this B-Fergs She was really on a mission in the beginning of this, but that's why I want you guys to understand the extent of insanity here. Everything that's happened on my page, the drama, everything has all kicked off because of this story. It's all been intentional distractions to try and shut us up, to overcome, like to skirt over the facts.
You should be paying for her flight and her accommodations in Tucson. That's the deal. Do not think.
So she was expected, that's what they were expecting her to do in the beginning, was to pay for the flight and the hotel accommodations for Leticia to come visit, even though she had never made an effort all the rest of the 29 years. But Dre was supposed to provide her all of that. Mind you, Leticia wasn't even a part of what happened with Marvonne Sr. and Wynette. And Dre put that out herself. So why would she owe Leticia this? Because she told Leticia that Leticia needed to wait to come visit? Dre had said, exactly, Nanya, this video is after the text where Dre said, "You are putting my family in danger." She reached out and said, this needed to stop. This was the response. They knew
that I am some sort of pushover, or that people are going to just take this, watching you abuse his family and weaponize this guy.
I'm still waiting to find any abuse that Dre has done to this family. Again, you can feel however you want, but the facts are the facts. And what she said in text messages, what she put out publicly, there was no abuse. She told the story. They're the ones that brought it to social media. She would have never, in my opinion, even responded with half of the things that she did, but they brought it to social media.
Your husband.
Leticia did.
Everything that you've ever done is all evidence. This is all evidence. I didn't even know who you were 48 hours ago. So yeah, if you think that you're gonna sit here and make deals, well, that's the counter. You're gonna pay for her. Because you wanna know something? All the money that's been donated to her, she needs for an attorney. Okay? I know you want people to stop. Nobody's harassing you. I told you I want to help you. We want to help you. Things are not making sense, and you're making it worse. Vaughn needs a voice. You're not his voice.
And neither are you, Molly.
You're part of the problem. You have a sickness. You're very stubborn. You need to realize that this is not about you in your video about like, I always win because I'm a crazy bitch. Okay.
That was an old video that had nothing to do with any of this.
I'm predicting single and staying that way. Do you think anyone's going to want to settle down with you after this? No.
So that's another reason why I'm playing this, because again, she started a rumor the other day on her video, and I've seen her little cronies running around spreading bullshit again, saying that Dre has all of it. This was something that they tried to drag and say, and another piece of the emotional manipulation.
So yeah, that's what's going to happen. You're going to pay for her trip. Just send her $1,000. You were just saying, hey, money's not an object to me. I made $600,000 last year. All right, so give her $1,000 for her to get out to Tucson. Okay, and I think the right thing to do is for me to fly out on the same day.
Did you hear that? This was the video titled "Dre Gives Ultimatum to the Mother." Did you guys catch that? Molly was going to fly out with her. That was back in July. Now you guys see, she was hoping, she was waiting. If they would have given her the green light, she would have been in Arizona.
And I would like to accompany Leticia, stay in the same hotel. I'll drive her around. I'll take her to eat. And then when it's time to see her son, we will go to the hospital and I will wait for her. There's no threats. And this doesn't have to be like this long drawn out drama thing. Let's be human about this. This is her son, whether you like her or not. Because it seems like you don't like anybody that is connected to him. And I feel really bad for him. I feel bad for his family. I feel bad for his brother. I feel bad for your son. I feel bad for your daughters, dude. You better tone it down, girl. You need to tone it down. First things first, I think you need to get his mother the funds to get her out there. And she'll let me know when she receives them. And then I will book my flight and hotel, and I will be accompanying her the whole way. Justin might be accompanying me as well. Thank you so much for watching.
Was in the middle of
just a reminder of who we're dealing with and what they've been doing all along. Dre didn't respond to Molly. She didn't give Molly the reaction that Molly demands or claims that she is entitled to, because Dre didn't cower or jump at Molly's demands and remain silent. These are the things that have happened throughout this entire story that many people have forgotten about. They created a story off of factual or non-factual information, fictional information. I'm going to play another one. Not that one. Which
I
one?
noted that the case.
We played that one the other day. Let's see, what do I got here?
Shit. Sorry.
Spanky.
I've never seen such fuckery in my life.
It's disgusting. It's low class is what it is. It's pure trash.
You know, I believe in God.
So do I.
And I believe we're going to be accountable for the things that we do.
Absolutely.
Okay, so just so you guys are clear on this one, and I'll show you guys. I'm not sure exactly the date. It might flash to it in a minute. But this is a screen recording from August 8th, 2022. So it's from the 8th or previous. Possibly previous, but again, it should flash the date in the video. Give me a minute.
But you know something, Marissa? We're charitable people.
Mm-hmm.
We don't ask for it back.
Nope. Well, there's no reason to get it back.
No, that's...
I've never seen, you know what, Justin? You're coming into YouTube when it has been worse and worstest and the worstest, grossest part. People weren't always this sick and evil. They weren't. It's just like Mrs. Leticia said, I never knew that there was a place like this on the internet. Has Leticia gone back yet? How is she going to go back? She wants to.
She's going back. We're going to get her back.
So it definitely wasn't an amount. It wasn't about money because, again, by July 15th, there was $14,000 in hand that we know of from Leticia. And then it just continued on there. So there was no reason why she couldn't go back except for what was being done on social media and them trying to protect Dre and Marvonne's safety and the kids' safety. They kept spinning this all along that they were going to do all this stuff. Molly, I never put my real name on any donation. That way it's just given from a veteran. I would be happy to help Mrs. Leticia with what I can with these cruel people wanting their offerings back. They knew back then that there was problems and people wanted refunds. Because they lied to everybody about why they were even collecting donations.
No, we're not gonna stop Casey Anthony. She's evil as evil can get.
They were
the fact that she lived.
They were referring to Katie Joy as Casey Anthony
in misery. That's her karma. God, the universe is already working on her. You can see the hate in her eyes. You can see that there's just no heart there. No heart.
You're very sweet, Navy Bear.
There's no heart at all. There's no compassion. There's just pointing fingers, lies, and people believe her lies.
Read your donations. Thanks.
Molly, I never put my real name on any donation. That's why it's given from a veteran. I would be happy to help Mrs. Leticia with what I can. These cruel people wanting their offerings back. Why hasn't she gone back? Well, from what I know, one daughter works 3 jobs. Another daughter can't get the time off. I don't listen. When we talk to Leticia, we don't ask.
Why didn't she mention that they couldn't see him? That's why they weren't going back. Why didn't she mention that if that's the case? But she goes to, oh, well, one daughter has a job and one daughter. If you pay attention to the small things that she said throughout, you will see that every bit of it has been twisted and turned to fabricate a certain narrative, to paint Dre in a certain direction, to emotionally manipulate all of you into opening your wallets, feeling like you were in some way, shape, or form helping Marvonne, that you were giving to Marvonne, that something of the funds that you were sending were going to help Marvonne in some way, shape, or form. But you gave money to a person that that started a lot of the problems, that intentionally released very personal information about her biologic son on the internet.
A lot of personal things. We just listen. I'm trying to not overstep over here. I'm trying to not overstep. Would you call St. Jude and ask for your money back? Nope.
Again, I've said this numerous times. I didn't donate, so I would have never asked for a refund. I would have never donated to this anyways. But again, just because that's not our personal, when people feel duped after they've given money, especially when they've been emotionally manipulated, people are very upset when they feel like they're doing something to help somebody out. They get very upset, and rightfully so. Again, you lied to them to get them to open up their purse strings.
I donate to them every single month. It automatically comes out of my bank account.
You still doing that, Spanky? You still got an automatic donation going to the family? How many months did you do that? I would love to see the total of how much you actually donated to the family compared to what you made off of Marvonne's name.
Olivia Newton-John died, and we did $1,600 in 1 hour that we raised for the Susan G. Komen Foundation.
Now she's got to talk about all the things she's done.
I was thankful.
Mind you, these donations and the organizations they're bringing up, you can donate straight to the organization. This was never set up as an actual fundraiser. This was set up with a GoFundMe, a Cash App. Nobody knew where the money was going, what the money was going for. We were being told different stories. There were so many hands in it. There was fake accounts being put up conveniently. but there's still no proof that anybody donated to the wrong account ever, because thankfully people were putting out that, hey, there's dupe accounts here. I mean, that happens when you have careless people running fundraisers like this.
Giving human beings in our chat.
Absolutely.
Monkey, they claim that she has a screenshot of every single donation and every refund that she's ever sent, but they refuse to show him. But they've said that many times.
They're trying to scare Leticia into like these laws that they're gonna go after her. When I told my husband that, he was like, does she have 2 lawyers? I said, yes. And he goes, well, then there's that.
Yo, Walter, ask Molly about these 2 attorneys. Molly just said that Leticia has 2 attorneys. You remember? She said she was going to end up with having more attorneys than Trump himself. Anybody else remember that quote? Walter, I want to know about these attorneys.
He goes, that's actually a crime. My husband said, that is a crime.
It's a crime to mislead an entire population to believe that you are collecting donations based on misinformation and fabricated information.
Tell you something. You got a little African-American lady going in there and Tia saying these crazy Karens are doing this to me. And they see that, they're going to be like, what?
Which she is a victim by default because of her son.
She's a victim by default because it's her son. Mind you, Dre is not a victim, but that's her husband. Mind you, Dre's children are not victims because that's their dad in their line of thinking. Oh, wait, no, they just hate that section of it because they couldn't exploit it for financial gain.
Victim of one thing or another. He's either a victim of attempt.
Oh, yeah. The race thing, of course, got mentioned in that one too, but just don't you worry. There's another creator that's been trying to interject herself and trying to find any angle she can exploit on this story. So I have a feeling that she's going to be trying to do the race stuff again here shortly, and just watch. Unfortunately, there's so many messy, absolute disgusting creators that are looking for any type of angle to exploit. They'll try anything, and there's nothing to exploit any further. It's already been done to hell and back on this story.
S with his mental condition or something nefarious. And either way, it's not a good look to be attacking the mother of a victim.
By the way, all the money that I made off the Gabby Petito case, since I was down there and I was spending it, so it's kind of in the hole, whatever I made from that case, I donated to the Gabby Petito Foundation. And guess what?
TT,
I never got a receipt.
I know.
So all the money you made off the Gabby Petito, you donated every single dime of that, but you just conveniently don't have a receipt?
Never got a receipt.
Huh. Convenient. You don't have receipts with all the money in this either.
Just
seems like
to show you.
Seems kind of like history repeats itself again.
Why didn't I get a receipt?
And you also asked them for a receipt.
I did, and they got in touch with me and said, we'll get back to you on that.
Yeah. I remember that.
Not a refund, just a receipt.
Yes.
My husband said, I don't get it.
Oh, fuck your husband.
And I go, they said, thank you, T-Nice. I appreciate that. They said, just use your PayPal thing as the receipt. And my husband goes, that's exactly not how it goes.
No.
Yeah.
So wait,
what did your husband say?
Receipt. And my husband go, they said, thank you, T-Nice. I appreciate that. They said, just use your PayPal thing as a receipt. And my husband goes, That's exactly not how it goes.
No.
Oh.
So when
You're
you
donating to a foundation, you should get a receipt instantaneously.
foundation just donated 100,000, yeah, and now they're looking to go after the Moab police.
Oh, wait. So if you donate to something, there should be no problem getting a receipt, right? Yeah, fuck Walter. He's a scrimmy little bastard too. I have nothing good to say there. If he is either had his, and I don't care if he's intentionally avoiding knowing what's going on here, he can go away too. I can't. Nope. Sorry. Y'all know I talk like a sailor over here, and when I'm upset, it comes out worse. So bear with me.
50 million. Right. Okay.
Koala, yes, I do. I personally do.
You want to know something?
Because she has
The
put them.
Moab police were
She knowingly has walked them into this situation and included him in this situation. She pulled a chair out at the table and sat his ass in it and has continued to put him involved in this. So yeah, I don't think he would also be very happy, but I think there's more to the story and his background than a lot of people know too, which we will probably go into a little bit more because she mentions a lot. So she says it publicly. We might as well just scurry on down the rabbit hole that she gives us, right? But we'll get to that in a few weeks.
absolute shit
There's a lot that we have to get through.
to Gabby Petito. So let me tell you something. You can have your opinions of me and how I do things, but I know that when I was sunburnt, my face, my chest, and I was sweating to death, all of those days with Jonathan
Bitch, did you walk even a mile?
Lee Richards, who you don't like,
Nope.
and Bull
JLR is a
Betty,
creep.
who you guys don't like
Nope.
either, we got those people out and talking.
Oh yeah, they're responsible for
Just
that.
remember that. Anyone who hasn't been out in the fields and ever tried to look for anybody or ever tried to seek justice, you have no opinion. Just sitting behind your computer doesn't make you a badass. Making yourself a badass.
Really? I'm sorry. I had to get a clip that would give us some laughs of the irony of all of this and listen to what, because we're going to end this on a good note. We have to continue to remain vigilant and honest and keep our integrity and our morals, but you got to find humor in the small things of this. And we are not going to let these complete trash bag humans drag us all down with them. We are going to continue to fight the good fight. We're going to continue to put a smile on and advocate for the victims that they continue to exploit. So again, we're going to find a little humor in a little small places because this is so heavy. And I will be the first to tell you, I can't imagine how the people that are actually characters in this story are handling this. The family, all of the siblings, those people, again, they have opted not to come out and talk or correct any of the misinformation. But I feel so bad for those people because you can't ignore what is happening to people. We are internet strangers. There's people that are actually in real life, friends, loved ones of these people.
Badass is showing up. That was what make you a badass. When you show your face and say, I'm not scared of you. I know that what you're doing is wrong.
I'm not scared of you. I know what you're doing is wrong. And you will get very familiar with this face and me telling you to fuck off.
He did it with me.
Stand up.
He was right outside of Don Wells' house. He was right in front of TBI with me, getting hit in the face with this crystallized rain.
It was 8 degrees. 8 effing degrees.
Mwah. And this is another thing that they historically do. They will talk about one case and then they'll bring up the last case that they were working on, doing something with to try and emotionally manipulate and pull the people, feed off of that anger and frustration of a missing child, really up that emotional pull. That's what they do.
Oh my God, it was so cold.
It was disgusting. And then he went back down there.
Oh my God, Justin. Did you like freeze your little fingertips off? I can't with him, y'all. It's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. Y'all know that one triggers me so bad with him.
For the candlelight vigil, I was not going down there for that.
Yeah. She was sweating, but Spanky was curled up in a little ball crying because he was cold. So she was sweating, pouring sweat, and he's frozen in a ball. I mean, you know, that makes sense, right? Little things, people, little things.
Excuse
Absolutely
me?
solo.
What is this? I still haven't heard a reason.
You are shaming people who have asked for a refund. That's enough to be shameful.
Or why they haven't gotten one? No matter what their reason is, there's a reason why a refund. No, it's a donation.
Hold on.
You are shaming people who have asked for a refund. That's enough to be shameful.
So if you asked for a refund, even though Leticia told everybody that they could ask for refunds and she would grant those refunds, if you asked for a refund, if you missed it, they doxed every single person that asked for a refund or drug them all over social media. I have all those videos too.
Why they haven't gotten one? No matter what their reason is, there's a reason why a refund. No, it's a donation.
It's a donation.
It's a donation.
And that's why a lot of the people that had big, significant donations that actually wanted valid refunds only dealt with me, only came to me, did not go to other creators, have not spoken out publicly about it, have just handled business the way they should handle business. There is still cases out there that have filed reports about fraudulent donations and asking for a refund and promised a refund and never given them. There are still some of those. They are not public, and whatever is happening with their cases, so be it. Again, that was a huge thing that they tried to mislead people on. Leticia had been asking for funds before these people, these creators, the Misinformation Cronies, got involved. Leticia had already put that out and continued to seek help for travel expenses and legal fees to get to Arizona to see Marvonne.
Get it.
What is wrong with you?
I know I sound like a freaking broken record too at this point in time, but there's a lot of actual eyes that are finally open and ears that are open. So I'm trying to hit on the main pieces so people understand that the basis of this story was never a true crime story to begin with. This was all fabricated for clicks and views and content over somebody's tragedy, a Marine veteran's attempted suicide, and what they've done to his family.
What is wrong with you? What don't you understand?
Good for you,
A
forgotten.
refund is an option.
It is. It is you.
It's called a donation.
You give from your heart. Charity.
Oh, fuck. Oh, dude, you gotta go. Just don't come back here. Just don't come back here.
Yeah.
Please.
Supernova, say that louder from the back. I need everybody. If you are actually on the side of seeking this to stop, please unsub, unfollow. And yes, I'm saying that. I'm not going any further with it. But you are giving them views and it continues promoting them to do things like this. Please take those, what you have control over. Remember what we have control over. We've got to, as a community, and granted, it's many communities kind of jumbled in at once, trying to fight the good fight here, and some of them we need to get rid of. But anyways, please use what you can control and stop feeding this. Stop giving them a reason to come back and continue to do this. The views, the clicks, the money that they get off of all of this just encourages them to do it again.
If your IQ is less than 30, please just stay away.
If your IQ is less than 30, please stay away. Do you think she knows what her IQ is? I need one of you trolls. Blank screen next time. Can you ask her what her IQ number is, please? Thank you, Jessica. If you give money under false pretenses, then it's theft by deception, is what that's called. You deserve a refund under those circumstances. And when you promise to give refunds to people, and again, these aren't just things we're fabricating. This is all out there. There's clips of this already out there. They were told that if they asked for a refund, they would get one. Yes, blank screen. If you could please ask her what her IQ would be, that would be wonderful. Nobody gets a response like you do.
Oh my God. I don't want people that do it. I've been so proud that lately, you know, you and I were talking the other day, oh my God, we found these great people.
We found a great whole new bunch of people to exploit. Let's continue on.
Find out who.
This is a different clip. I'm going to skip on to another one that I wanted to play today. I'm just giving you guys a little bit of history to try and get your brains to start heading the direction of the actual facts in the story. Some of you have been here along the way and know everything that's going on and what I'm saying already and can recite this all yourselves. So for those of you that have been here, I apologize again. I know it seems like repetitive, constant, but we've got a very captive audience that is wanting to hear the facts now. And I think it's time that they learn some things. And some of you need
the younger woman is. Listen, I know how it must feel for your man to lose everything. So the story with Michelle is this.
That's the wrong. Hold on.
Shut up.
I gotta fast forward. I remember.
I remember thinking, how and why? How do people just become your friend and they claim that they're your ride or die? But then when things get busy, and I didn't feel that we ever grew apart. I felt like
Winky, that's the clip channel that likes to cover everything I do. She was originally an anti-Katie. She's an extreme anti-Kater who has now decided that I'm her new Katie, and she is absolutely obsessive and tries to spin all of Molly's bullshit into something that makes sense. But Molly won't even give her a shout out. That's why.
Maybe we would.
I've never yet watched one of her videos from start to finish. I don't click on anything over there. The Teslas occasionally will send me a clip of something that's crazy, like funny, dumb shit that she says, because that's all it is. But it's a little uneasy. There's a few channels that have been taking me nonstop that I'm staying away from every day, all day long.
Just listen, there's no way anybody, not even Princess, and you saw it with him being here. Someone asked me, who's your best friend? And I'm sitting there like, Blair. Just remember, I left Vegas in 2016. He did not come with me.
This is how she treats her own friends. I forget what all this clip says. We might move on. I don't remember which one this was, but give it a second.
Do you understand that?
She'll say something.
Princess is a whole new person. I don't have time for Princess, okay?
She's so busy.
Robin Millette is in my chat right now, waking up bright and early. She's the best fucking assistant in the world. And I talked to my husband and said, H.
Oh, conveniently, that was another one that got thrown to the wayside when she needed some content and drama. I forgot that's why that was in here.
I want this woman to just move up here and take Princess's place. And then, so the update with Princess is Adrian said, you're not gonna fucking believe this when I tell you. Because I'm still trying to like take it in. Because I'm like, listen, I want Robin here. I want Robin in the house.
Yep, that was all during this too. This was all during the exact same thing. That's what I'm saying, y'all. Look at the distractions that they've used throughout this entire thing. This was all calculated. The shit with Robin came time frame wise right when I started to amp up pressure on certain things. She has plucked people off as distractions every time we have really amped up on facts and dropping a lot of stuff. She amps up on going after one of her own crew and creating nothing but drama, and then it just overflows. This has been throughout the entire last 6 months.
But I need someone to go through these hundreds of messages
Mochas, you have to be a pretty awful human being to be rejected by the caterers. Yeah, there's a lot of people. If you guys ever go over there, please don't go over and give her any views. She is absolutely, it's bad. It's real bad. I've tried. I was even nice to EKC on panel once, and no, it's nothing but misinformation. They have tried to spin the narrative that Leticia is a victim.
Hundreds.
Thank God Robin got out. Thank God.
In order for me to do this and the way that it's been getting, you will crack up.
She needed an assistant to help her because she was so busy spinning and twisting and exploiting the fuck out of this story. Let's be very clear on what she did here. Yes, manufactured drama. Thank you. I'm going to move on to another clip, but I just want to remind you guys of some of these things that have happened throughout this, and it will take me days to remind you guys of some of these things, but we're going to throw them in here and there and just give you guys a quick once over.
Okay, so I'm not doing this live. I thought that I would just pre-record this and then introduce it later.
Oh, I forgot about this. I forgot about this one. Oh, shit. Crash course, facts and what to know. Speaking of crash courses and facts on what to know, LB, one of LB's very first videos that she ever put on the Dre and Marvonne case, I can't talk, was a video completely filled with misinformation that she was called out for. I actually corrected it, pointed out the very picture. She posted pictures of somebody else's children in her first video of getting to know the facts of this story. She used a photo of somebody else's child and put it in her video as it was Dre's child. Never took it down, never edited it, never went back and corrected it, never nothing, never apologized to the mom of the child that she used, none of it. So this is about to be fun, I'm sure. I can only imagine what Molly had to say.
Story that you might have heard of, but you probably don't even know where to start if you want to even follow it. So I've been doing this story and piggybacking.
Yes, she's sped up because you guys know how I record.
Of Justice for All. And what we're doing right now is, because it's such an extensive case with so much information and goes back years with a lot of footage and over the years, you know, it's just
footage over the years. Footage from 2016 on that they tried to manipulate and use all as current footage that was happening right then and there to paint their story.
Very time consuming. I thought I would do a crash course of the facts that we know so far. If you want to start somewhere, you can start with the first video that I made on Marvonne. Don't call him Marvin, it's Marvonne.
She can't even say his name right.
McCrae. And his wife, Andrea McCrae. Now, how it starts is Andrea McCrae is a social media influencer on Facebook, and she's also part of an MLM. And she has documented many years of her life with her husband, and her family, which includes 2 young daughters from previous marriage and a 7-year-old son with Marvonne. Marvonne is a United States Marine. He was medically discharged for a knee injury, and they live.
Wow, she got a few things right in this one. It's amazing how she got them right to begin with and then twisted and turned them into lies throughout. Isn't it ironic?
In Tucson, they live in Yuma, Arizona. And what happened is all of a sudden, throughout the years that Andrea's, where her story starts is she pretty much had it all. And she had a very loving husband, and people enjoyed watching her.
Susan, I'm really sorry about your daughter.
It was she's a beautiful girl. She's very talented with makeup, very talented makeup artist. And she was fun. And, you know, her husband was a total gentleman. The children are beautiful. And that's how everybody got sucked in. So if we fast forward a couple of years into the future, things start to get a little shaky. Andrea becomes fixated on a vegan alkaline diet for her family.
And here we go, right down the hatch of misinformation.
And it ends up...
Molly, is your liquid tamales the reason why your extreme liquid tamale diet, is that why your behavior has become so ironic and so extreme is, are you self-reflecting this entire time thinking, oh my gosh, I'm actually describing me, but putting it off on Dre? Because that's the way it sounds to the rest of us.
Changing her entire personality. She was very heavy in the beginning, and people loved
She was never very heavy, ever.
that about her because she was fun, she was silly, and
in my opinion, she's a very beautiful woman. Even when, you know, I wasn't a fan of hers to begin with, I've always said she's a very beautiful woman. And that's, but there's so much self-reflection here. Let's continue. Yeah, if you're alkaline vegan, I give you props because I don't have enough self-control to even, I could never do it.
This diet that she was on, she also put her family on. Now, this diet that was made up by this doctor, Debbie, I guess. I don't. He's no longer in existence anymore. He's not alive, from what I know. This is a very strict diet of
Dr. Sebi died of a pneumonia.
Certain herbs and alkaline, and she got hooked on it. And she, in fact, put her family on this diet with these special teas and special herbs, special teas that start with a K. I think you know what I'm talking about, and an R.
The same thing that Justin sold and sells the entire time, that they are trying to drag Dre and claim that it's this horrible illegal substance, all of this stuff. Meanwhile, her cohort sells the same stuff, but I digress.
And you know, she got her family hooked on that. Now that particular tea or herb, whatever it is, this powder that you see her giving to her family, giving to herself, is a little dangerous. A lot of people have responded very, very bad to it. Some people, well, it's not legal in a lot of states. There you go. It's not legal in a lot of states, but
yeah, you guys all that do the vegan and alkaline stuff, I give you guys props. You guys have a lot more self-control than I do. Oh, Susan, I'm really sorry about your daughter again. Thank you for becoming a member. If you have, I saw Nanya say that if you had stories or anything that you want us to look into, please feel free to email me. You guys, I'm terrible about it, but I'm trying to get better.
She loves it, and she pushed it on her viewers. She became very pushy with her fan base, and there were thousands of people that really supported and really enjoyed this young lady for a long time. And she started to lose a lot of her fan base because her attitude started to change, her priorities. She was very controlling over her husband and her children. And the audience could see a huge difference in Andrea. It took over her life. She lost a lot of weight in 1 year. And as the videos go on and on and on and on, you see her behavior become more bizarre, more erratic. And you see on video this family suffering greatly. She's took her children out of school.
She homeschooled her children. Unschool. Pandemic, when schools were shut down. Kids couldn't go to school. All of us had children in our homes that we were trying to be teachers for. And again, I give her props. I homeschooled myself. She's so ignorant. It's not even funny.
She was the kind of mother that would serve them dinner at 2:00 in the morning and had very strict rules. And she claims to be a loving Christian and very...
Jessica, I think she was beautiful at any weight, but I find that to be, it's just jealousy and insecurity of Molly, it seems like.
Dedicated to the Jehovah's Witness Church. So her husband starts to develop seizures, uncontrollable seizures over a period of time. And Andrea would record them. Andrea is not a big fan of Western, modern medicine at all. She likes to take a more holistic approach. Okay. She somehow convinced herself that she is a doctor herself, that she can cure anything with special herbs and a special diet.
That's extreme.
When her husband, Marvonne, needed medical attention, he wouldn't get it. She would not.
Really? He wouldn't get medical attention. But what does that police report state, Molly? Going back to the police report, and just so you guys know, I'm sure it will fully be released because there's people out here that have no integrity, but it outlines that even that last page, hold on, let me give you a glimpse of that. Maybe it'll freeze my computer again. Ugh. It does. I'll be back. He had been receiving medical care all along. But let's continue, Molly.
911. Instead, she was recording herself, giving him, oh my goodness, something that you would, she would give him cayenne pepper underneath his tongue and drops of crushed up Ativan, or benzo, which absolutely makes no sense. Again, not taking her husband to the hospital. So her and her husband started having a lot of problems. At this point, she was bringing in a nice chunk of money, and she did not.
Do you see how everything right here, the history of everything is being grouped into one incident, that this was all what led up to? This is years of information that she is making into one current situation that led up to this. Do you guys get how she led everybody into this? I know some of you do because you've been along for the ride, but I really need people to understand that this was how they started off with no information.
That Marvonne was in the Marine Corps.
Skip to my Lou.
She
Thank
liked
you.
being a military wife. In my opinion, with my past being a military wife, you know, you're only the commander in chief of your own house. Because when the Marine Corps tells your husband he needs to be at a certain place, he needs to be there. And the wife and her needs do not matter. I don't think she liked that very much. So this.
Good point, Cancel All Tragedy Pimps. Thank you for reminding everybody of that. Marvonne was the one that wanted to jump into the alkaline vegan diet. Again, you can hear his words on the missing puzzle pieces. Jessica, I am not posting the link to the police report. It can be FOIA'd. There's a lot of private information in there that I do not feel needs to be blasted all over the internet. So for integrity's purposes, I went through and picked out things that I was comfortable showing that public should be allowed to know that this is closed, and a few of the details with it. But beyond that, I will not release it myself now. But again, you can FOIA it. It's Freedom of Information Act. You can look for it yourself. I do not feel comfortable personally passing that on. I hope you understand.
It's been going on for quite some time. And for the past 6 or so weeks, the audience was told that Marvonne slipped into a coma due to his seizures. And
thank you, Jessica. If there's something in particular, you can reach out to me too. I know you've been around from moment one. If there's something in particular you want me to look for, I gladly will. Just reach out to me.
No matter what, in almost every video, what she would do was showcase her husband.
Hold on, I want to back that up because that was a complete lie.
At a certain place, he needs to be there. And the wife and her needs do not matter. I don't think she liked that very much. So this has been going on for quite some time. And for the past 6 or so weeks, the audience was told that Marvonne slipped into a coma due to his seizures.
That was never stated. That was never stated. Wow, I thought that's what she said again. But that, I forget how many times she said that. That was never stated. She never said that he was in a coma due to seizures. That was an assumption and speculation that grew from there.
And no matter what, in almost every video, what she would do was showcase her husband on life support in the hospital. And she would live stream for her videos of her laying in bed.
She was updating her followers.
She would have her wigs on, her fake eyelashes out to here, these crazy, long, sharp ghetto nails, and a face full of
crazy, long, sharp ghetto nails. She can't talk about the facts. She's instantly got to go after her looks.
Makeup.
These are again, this is in the video titled Crash Course, Facts and What to Know. That's the title of this video. Crash Course, Facts and What to Know. And this is how they manipulated their entire audience.
I think that she's got a fixation on trying to look as much as Lady Gaga as she possibly could. She lays in this bed and she's convincing. I don't know if she's convincing just.
Curious, she sure was with her black nails.
audience, or herself included, that he loves being recorded. Now, Marvonne is laying in this hospital bed, tubes, everything all over him, and he's in a vegetative state. 7 doctors have told her, ma'am, your husband is having 0 brain activity. What she was doing was recording him. She would lay in the bed with him and touch his face and sing to him and tell her viewers, he loves it. He loves this. Look, oh my goodness. Look, he's moving.
So she would give like a 3-minute update to her viewers daily when she would go to the hospital and visit, so they knew how he was doing.
Can you hear me? You see, he's waking up.
But this was what was happening the entire time.
He's doing so much better. She's convincing the audience that he's doing so much better. She even went to lengths of taking a photo of her new dress. She says, take a snapshot. And she's standing there and she's posing.
Do you know how hard it is for people to look for anything good when they're going through a situation like this? And her supporters amping her up, telling her she looked beautiful and hyping her up, trying to be her support system during this when her husband was laying in a coma. Yes. Do I find it to be, you can twist it to be odd, but think about the situation from an outsider's perspective. Think about being in those shoes yourself when you feel at the lowest possible. They were trying to amp her up. So
with her husband in the bed in the background. It's very disturbing to watch these videos, okay?
It was twisted into a lot more than it actually was, too. And yes, you can have your feelings on it. You can say that, how dare she record all of these things? You can have your personal feelings, but the facts are the facts.
It's hard to watch these videos. What's even more disturbing is she's not very truthful, not only to herself, but to the people that love and care for Marvonne, his fellow Marines, his friends, and his family in Georgia. She did not like Marvonne's family. Everybody that Marvonne came into contact with was a threat to Andrea. A threat. She's extremely insecure.
That's not truthful, and we know that. That's nowhere close to truthful.
I talk about insecure. This girl is, open up the dictionary, her face is right there. Now, she's
projecting again.
A very colorful personality, and I'm talking about the whole color wheel. Some of it is very, very dark and macabre. Some of it is very cheerful and bright. And you just never know what style of makeup she's going to do or what hairstyle she looks like about 15 different people. Especially with the late...
Because she wears wigs and can transform. She's a makeup artist.
Weight loss, she looks as if she is suffering from malnutrition, or what you would, see as someone who is...
Can you imagine if she wouldn't have lost weight over the last couple of years? Like, if that would have been something that they wouldn't have been able to run with, if she would have never lost weight, they wouldn't have had that to go on, because that's been one of their sticking points the entire time of how she looks so malnutritioned, the kids, all of those things. Like, that has been a sticking point that they have tried to hone in and twist and turn to fit this narrative all along.
Suffering from an eating disorder. But as time went by, it looked as if Marvonne had also lost a lot of muscle mass. As the videos go on in the house, you can see that the level of positivity, the level of enthusiasm is lost.
That's not true.
You can see...
If you actually watch the videos, all of the videos out there, you saw the ups and downs. There was highs and lows, and they were very honest about that. But again, if you just go looking for a specific narrative to fit a specific thought, you'll find whatever you want, and you can twist it to whatever you want it to be. But the facts are, it was up and down, and they showed the ups and downs.
Snapping, freaking out, losing it when she would be streaming and someone would ask a simple question. You're not allowed to ask her any questions or make any comments about her weight, her children, anything she looks like, Marvonne's health, nothing. She will block you.
Sounds really familiar, doesn't that?
Nobody knew the extent, really, to how much this man and these children were suffering. Marvonne has been in a...
Guilty by association. Had he went to the hospital, then he would be alive with his mother right now. You are ignorant. Fuck. That's all I've got to say. He's in a hospital. He was transported to the hospital. You are a complete ignorant fool. He is alive. He is in a hospital. He was getting medical attention. This just shows how ignorant you are.
For weeks. He was even in a VA hospital. We are unsure how many times he has been moved.
Wait, what did Molly just say? Are you a Molly simp? Oh, Molly just said, wait, what did she say?
Looks like Marvonne's health, nothing. She will block you.
Wait, listen
Nobody
up.
knew the extent, really, to how much this man and these children were suffering. Marvonne has been in a coma for weeks. He was even in a VA hospital.
He was even in the VA hospital. Wait, I thought she didn't take him to the hospital.
How many times he has been moved. But we have heard her streaming.
We don't know how many times he's been moved. Yes, we do. We absolutely know how many times he's been moved. And it's exactly what we said. He was initially taken to Yuma. He was transported by air flight to Phoenix. He was taken back to the VA. From the VA, he went to a long-term care facility where he remains to this time.
South, talking down to doctors, staff, and even his father and stepmother who drove 3,000 miles to see his son. She comes out, the camera's like this, she's got a mask on, and you hear him, it breaks your heart. I drove 3,000 miles.
My father-in-law was in a coma a year ago in December, and I have pictures of him and Kyle. I have pictures of my mother-in-law and him because they didn't know if it was going to be the last moments. And I still have those photos. We look back at them on them. We did at Christmas and are super thankful that we do have those photos because it shows him how far he's come. But people have photos of that. Like, I agree with you, the truth. 100% agree with you.
My son, I can't see him. And she's like, we need security. No, we need security.
We would have never known that even happened had Dre not put it out herself. We would have never known. Again, random people showing up that she doesn't really know that well, showing up at the hospital after social media had started to kind of go every which way. On her page, when she would try to go live or anything, they would be in the comment section doing all sorts of stuff. She puts this out there, and it has been the catalyst for a lot of this story. Mind you, Marvonne Sr. and Leticia don't even get along. But Marvonne Sr. made an effort and drove to Arizona in June, while Leticia went to social media and released all of her son's private information.
Marvonne's biological mother. Subhuman. Horrible. To what we were told, and the way that she explains it is his biological mother is just an egg donor. His biological mother, Leticia, was not in a position at the time to raise Marvonne. So she did the right thing and had his grandmother adopt him and raise him. And I almost think
so they finally admit that he was raised by his grandmother, great-grandmother. But again, poor her.
That Andrea uses that as a weapon towards his biological mother. We've spoken to the biological mother. She's so sweet. She flew out there from...
She's a complete and utter liar.
Georgia, and she was refused.
Wait, hold on.
Was refused to raise Marvonne. Horrible. To what we were told, and the way that she explains it is his biological mother is just an egg donor. His biological mother, Leticia, was not in a position at the time to raise Marvonne. So she did the right thing and had his grandmother adopt him and raise him.
Great-grandmother.
And I almost think that Andrea uses that as a weapon towards his biological mother. We've spoken to the biological mother. She's so sweet. She flew out there from Georgia and she was refused. She could not see her baby boy.
So that was part of the story. No, this is an old audio pirate. We're going over some of the how they set the story up and really pulled on the emotions of people. And we're just walking back through some of the lies that they originally told and how they twisted these lies and have continued to twist these lies and change them even from the beginning on. So we have all been nothing but respectful of her, the fact that she gave him up for adoption. That has never been a thing over here, but it legally changes things. It legally changes how everything in this course goes. He was legally adopted by his great-grandfather and his great-grandmother. His great-grandfather, unfortunately, has passed away. His name was changed to reflect his great-grandfather's name. These are facts of this that they have tried to skirt right over.
Because guess who's in charge? Andrea. The kids have not seen him. She won't let anyone go near him. So everyone's kind of following this and very seriously concerned about Marvonne's health because of these seizures. And unbeknownst to us, last Wednesday, I got on this computer at 6:30 a.m. having given the story by two separate people. Now, there's other YouTube channels that have been given this story, and I've talked to them. They believe it's way too lengthy, okay? Way too lengthy.
Molly, you want to tell the class how you reached out to other creators by emailing them, basically telling them that they needed to seek your approval on anything that they wrote out? Remember emailing some of those creators?
Too many hours, way too much time, and that there's not going to be any money to be made on this because of the things that are involved. So simple words and the nature of these videos. But what these videos are about is about justice for Vaughn. So on Wednesday, that was the big day.
How is this for justice for Vaughn? Still never been able to understand that.
As of last Wednesday, I went live because there was a group on Facebook called Justice for Vaughn. And it was thousands of women who were desperately hoping and pleading with people to listen to the story and give it a voice.
Those pesky little admins from the Facebook groups who had a personal vendetta against Dre, most of them. Some of them didn't. Some of them had no previous knowledge of Dre. They found out about the story on Reddit and kicked off an entire group to expose Dre McRae and seek justice for Marvonne. People that had had very limited interaction with her in the past and had been blocked by her found it their responsibility to put all this out here.
And I volunteered to be that voice for them.
And Molly became the self-appointed voice of Marvonne in the groups.
When I started to watch these videos the night before I went live on Wednesday, I couldn't believe my eyes. I was completely shell-shocked. I was angry. I was sad. I was shell-shocked. I just so many emotions. It's like, no, this is not. So I go live and I'll start to talk.
Guilty by association. So you're saying Kratom, illegal Xanax, and whatever else she had him on is okay. I hope none of you have children that end up in this type of situation. Guilty by association. I would love to see the absolute 100% proof besides her videos of what they put out there publicly, that you know exactly what she was giving him and when and where and why and all of it. I would love to see the proof of all these statements that you're saying that we're okay with, because the actual facts and law enforcement did their job, and they significantly investigated all of the claims that you guys have made and called in about the illegal drugs, the smuggling over the border, and the case is closed. Put that in your fucking pipe and smoke it and get the fuck out of here. Guilty by association. I wonder who you are. Who.
Got it. And then we got the news. A police report that same day, hours after I went live.
Guilty by association is probably another one of these people that is running around trying to say that they know facts on the other side. And then, you know, this is the type of things that they do. So I will be ignoring them. They can stay in the comment section and continue to run their mouth. I don't give a shit. Mods, you do whatever you want. But the facts are the facts, and you cannot conveniently try to continue to twist the facts to fit your story because it's been outed. Sorry.
On YouTube. Tucson police.
And yes, I'm in the mood to tell everybody to fuck off. Okay. Well, let's just get it out there. I am in the mood. Try me. Try me. I am about to tell you all about yourselves because I just don't care anymore. What was done to this family, there's no excuses for it. You can try and twist and turn and all of these other things all you want. The facts are the facts.
Listen, you're not going to hear this from Andrea because no one knew. So it was a huge shock to everyone that followed Andrea and everyone that loved Marvonne and wanted justice. It did a 180. This police report states that the condition that they found when she called 911 was that she went into the shed and found her husband hanging from a rope. And she cut his rope and gave him CPR. And they took him to the hospital and he was on life support.
Mm-hmm.
She did not like that this all came out. And she blames the mom.
Wait, what?
For putting it out there. Cut his rope and gave him CPR. And they took him to the hospital and he was on life support. She did not like that this all came out. And she blames the mother.
Well, fucking ironic, isn't that? Because Leticia is the reason why it got put out publicly. Dre, to protect Marvonne's privacy, did not put out what actually happened that landed him in a coma. She didn't put out, she said he's in a coma. But Leticia, because Dre told her they needed to wait to be able to see him when it was safe for Marvonne because of his fragile state and infection protocol, Leticia decided to take the police report that Leticia had present or had in her possession from June 24th. She held on to it and waited until she was angry enough and found messy enough creators to put out all of this misinformation. So it was Leticia's fault. It is Leticia's fault that Marvonne's private personal information got put out to the public. Not only his private personal information in the police report, but what Dre stated, what Molly just repeated, Dre stated is exactly what is in the police report. Dre was not lying. It's in the final police report. But again, they've twisted and turned that time and time again.
For putting it out there. Well, there's no reason for her to be upset. We were going to find out anyway. The full police report gives more detail, and it's hard to watch. It's hard to look at. It's hard to hear.
So this was back when they initially just had the initial report, and there was not much to it. I mean, it was still hard. Don't get me wrong. Like, it was should have never been released like that. This is a family's tragedy, not a true crime story. So they released this police report, and then they requested every police call to the possible location previously and went through and read every single bit of them out loud and tried to paint a narrative over time too. They continued to do things of this. But yet she didn't show, she was eating snacks while she was watching the body cam and the 911 call.
And then once we started getting the ball rolling, me, Justice for All, and then we ended up getting some help from Without a Crystal Ball. We got some more information. A series of text messages that his friends have saved for quite some time. It turns out that Marvonne was so unhappy with his marriage that it was worse than anyone could ever imagine. He had no money. She had it all.
Text messages from years previous that were released.
She didn't want him to leave the house. She didn't want him to have any sort of life or job. And she had him on.
He had money. He had a phone.
His diet, on her diet. In the videos, you can see the small son is begging for food. Actually asked his mom, can you show me a picture of meat? The little baby, their son, 7 years old, drew a picture of the family and put devil horns on his mother. Yeah. What do you miss?
Now you've seen how they started this off. This was never about justice for Marvonne. This was never about Marvonne anyways. This was Molly being jealous of Dre, demanding some sort of reaction to Dre. When Dre didn't give it, she amped up the story each and every time. Every time that we provide facts, Molly amps up with a personal attack on Dre and her integrity and her as a person. They have never been out here advocating for Marvonne.
And Raza, the son, 7-year-old, said chips and
I'm sorry, if your kid doesn't draw you with devil horns on, you're not doing something right, because most of your kids, if you ask them, they'd probably say, yeah, parents are the devil. Like, sorry, my kids are wonderful, great, but they'd say, hell yeah, they're not dumb. Like, I tell them what to do. We were all kids once. Nobody likes authority. Back the fuck off.
Believe
all because of a
cookie
picture.
or something like that. Food.
I was gonna say there is so much worse that he could, yeah, but they twisted that too.
And the series of messages that were given to Without a Crystal Ball, when I read them, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. It's worse than you think. Every day that we are covering this, more stuff comes out, and we're just blown away.
And you can hear Molly here talking okay about Without a Crystal Ball, because at this point in time, they were still a happy little group of misinformation cronies. They were all still, you know, but then competition sinks in.
It's gotten to a point as of last night that I can't even look at videos of him. Knowing now how much he struggled and how he was reaching out, and he was very desperate to be with his family. There's a video where he finally talks to his family and they reconcile in Georgia. He was ecstatic in this video, and you can see Andrea cooking. I don't know, making some crazy vegetable concoction as they lived on mushrooms and onions and green peppers and powders. It's all they ate, and avocados.
Not a single bit of what she's saying matters in the big picture of things. And all she is doing is using these things to pull your brain into thinking how neglected, how abandoned, how unhealthy, unwell, all of this is what she is trying to continue to encourage you to believe by these words. None of it's factual basis, but these are bits and pieces of videos that they have taken out, the pieces that fit their narrative, and have concocted this story, and will continue to spin
mangoes. That's all they ate. He was ecstatic about calling and getting to speak to his family. It was the first time we ever saw him really happy.
Can you imagine what she would do when she finds out, like, in the summer, we're going to all can together, and I'm going to, like, preserve my own food and garden and, like, grow your own stuff? Can you imagine? She is going to, it's going to be the end of her. Like, she is not going to know what to do. She is going to, how dare you ever do something healthy for your family? How dare you not give your kids liquid tamales? Like, that's her line of thinking. She cannot, if it's not what she does or her beliefs, then it's all wrong.
He wanted out of that marriage and he needed to get away from her.
Crazy.
She said no.
Again, proof. I would love to see proof of that, because what she again is doing is twisting stories from years ago when they were having problems and spoke openly about it.
Explains to her that he is not happy. No, you are not leaving me. This guy was totally trapped. Even when he was unconscious, in a bed having seizures, she was recording it for her audience. And she would show you guys droppers. She'd come up to the camera and say, drink this, you gotta go. And you can hear him struggling. She kept feeding him these herbs. He lost so much muscle mass. And looking at these last videos, you just see a man that's been completely emasculated, completely controlled, completely helpless. She's in control, and she is very confident about that.
This was a week in to her covering the case.
A fake confidence. Now that this story has been out and everyone has their eyes on her, she has no one that she can trust. She's taken down and privated a lot of videos, her Instagram, this, that, and the other thing.
Isn't it ironic, Molly? Where'd all your videos go?
Makes it so that nobody can comment. She's not acting like someone that is innocent. She is.
Again, nobody has ever been charged with any crime related to this. There has not been any charges. Dre was never charged with a single thing. Social media kicked up this investigation.
She was in a RV camper with her children in Tucson. That's where her mother resides. And her camper was outside her mother's residence, and she would go and see Marvonne. She would get all dogs up, go to the hospital, put on.
Don't let her forget to tell you that she knows that because she had somebody sending her pictures from sitting outside.
Show. So right now we're in a state of people, family members, co-workers, friends, people that worked under her with the MLM,
people that were jealous of her standing within the MLM, people who didn't like her because of personal disagreements, a bunch of catty women on the internet. Imagine that.
Fans are coming out in the drones. They have filled up.
People that hated Dre, most of them never had a single, really anything to do with Marvonne, but they had a personal vendetta against Dre.
Up. The Instagram, Facebook, emails of both Justin and I to a point where it is completely out of control. And we're trying to give these people a voice. Some people have jumped on.
Why were those people deserving of a voice to begin with?
And spoke to us about what they have observed being a fan of hers. Some people just don't care anymore, and they're like, let it all go. They want a protest. They want an open investigation. They want justice for Marvonne. They want to make sure that this family gets to see their son.
Did I miss a comment? Hold on. Let me go back and look. Sorry, I'm looking at two different screens. I don't know. If it's something I need to see, type it again, please. I can't find it.
Me and Justin, Justice for All is his channel. And now Without a Crystal Ball, we are piggybacking. So what I'll do is I'll do a live video, and then Justin will go live and I'll go on his panel. We're going back and forth. There is so much information that Justin and I have been at a point where if we don't rest, we're going to be of no use. And I feel that way. I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to do. So tonight at 8:30, we are going to go through more of all of this information. This is real information from people that do not want their identities revealed because they are fearful of her. In many of the videos,
they're fearful of her. They're fearful of her. That's why they were going to her house, trying to get in her shed, videotaping the backyard, doing all the other things, but they're fearful of her. No, they didn't want called out on their bullshit.
Often holding a butcher knife, and she waves it around. She yells at her subscribers. She's always cutting something. Daughter flinches when she comes near her. She eats mangoes off a knife. I mean, you're sitting here and you're looking.
Oh my God, she eats mangoes off a knife. That is the end of all. She eats mangoes off a knife.
These videos, and you're like, this cannot be happening. This can't be real. But it's real.
What the fuck?
Marvonne was found in a shed in their backyard, and there was rope beside him. Now, we don't know exactly all of the details about what was found in that shed, but we do know that there were...
Now we do. We do. We know them. You just watched them and showed them to everybody the other night, but you're still twisting it. A week into this was her words and statement a week into her covering this story.
On his arm. We don't know if they were...
Hold on.
There was rope beside him. Now, we don't know exactly all of the details about what was found in that shed, but we do know that there were cuts on his arm. We don't know if they were what part of the forearm. But yeah, CPS, I know you're going to ask, have people called CPS or the police, the authorities? Yes.
She's smiling.
She has now taken her camper and her children, and she left the mother's house. And she has gone a little, what they say, cold. Andrea is not acting like an innocent person. As we learned with the Brian Laundrie case, silence is also an answer. And I ask you to watch video number 1. Put me and my voice on 2.0. This way to go a little faster. But when we start showing videos, pay close attention. Put it on normal speed, and you'll be able to, catch up to speed. Tonight, more is coming out. And I just wanted to make this video because there's so many people in the YouTube community that's just like, Maris, can you just do one video that kind of condenses everything? And I said, Yes, so I'm not doing this with any notes. I'm just going off what I know. If I'm wrong about anything, I would like these people to correct me. I think that everything here was facts. I want to know what your opinion is. Please press the subscribe button. Please subscribe to Justice for All. Without a Crystal Ball is also talking to the father, and people are reaching out with her for information as well. So there is a GoFundMe for legal counsel. The mother needs an attorney ASAP. And of course, we're trying to help her get that very needed legal representation, very needed. And she also has a Cash App. I will put that in the description of the video. And I thank you for watching. Thank you.
There you have it, friends. That's the only one we're going to watch today. I can't take any more of this. I can't take any more of I literally hear this and I want to go through my screen with anger. The amount of anger I feel currently, knowing that, you know, like I said the other day, getting the police report and reading it was really hard. I didn't really have time to even digest all of it, and it's been a process. It was only a week ago that CPS was contacted, you know, so my emotions were already off kilter, and then that happened, and I really didn't realize how much I had become emotionally invested in another family. You know, like, this is another family, complete strangers to me, but it really has been hard to process. And then watching all of you who have had other experiences, lost somebody, you know, it's a lot to process and take in. And then going back and listening to how they set up this story based off of fabricated information, all for clicks and views and monetary gain, is really hard to process. It's really hard to process how they could take a human being's worst moment of their life, complete strangers, and turn it into this. Because there was a group of women who had a vendetta and felt jaded in some way, you know, personal issues. Again, this is an extent of real life to the fullest. This is going real life on somebody. This is destroying somebody's real life over internet drama. So when people whine about, you know, oh, CPS, all of this other stuff, I 100% agree. It is nothing in comparison to what has been done to Dre and her family, to many other families before, but we are going to make sure it doesn't continue to happen to other families. Is there any questions before we log off today? I think we could all use a break. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a refresher of why this started in the beginning, because I keep seeing people say Leticia's a victim. Leticia, no, she's not. That is absolutely not. And we haven't even gotten into those videos yet, which I will do a short refresher on a few of those just to get out the facts, because people are coming back to look and see, oh, wait, what happened here? So I'm trying to condense a few things into a couple of videos to answer some of these questions. But most of you guys over here know and can recite them. And again, thank you guys so much for going around and trying to correct the misinformation that's going out. And please be mindful of who you're giving views to. I know that we all feel very jaded by Molly, but just because they are now on this side screaming, oh, Molly's so bad. Remember, a month ago, they were singing her praises and continuing to pass off misinformation. And these same people have never came back and corrected their own lies. So how are you going to take them seriously now that they're on this side? Like, you guys should be able to see the wishy-washy shit constantly. Thank you, Nanya, for reminding everybody. Also, if you want to see Marvonne's own statements and Dre and him, please go check out the missing puzzle pieces. I've said that numerous times. The link is in the video. They've dropped it a bunch in here. Missing puzzle pieces. If you're still in here, thank you for coming back around. I appreciate all of the videos that you have put out, because it helped answer some of the questions that I even had going through and trying to get to the facts of this. Don't trust anybody, please. Please do not trust anybody. That I've told you guys that from the day one. Even me, as a creator, I'm just a stranger on the internet. Unless I'm showing you the facts, which you guys have known, I've showed every bit of this so far. But unless they're willing to answer your questions and provide facts or tell you this is where you get it, don't trust these people. And why are you guys, I just don't understand why we are okay. The hate bonding is gross. The hate bonding is so gross. Nah, keep that shit over there. Don't forget who tried to come at my real life a couple weeks ago, all for saying the facts of what they were doing to Marvonne's story. These people had nothing to do with Marvonne's story either, except I was trying to provide facts and it was going against their narrative and they tried to destroy everything over here and shut us up. So don't for 1 second think that I don't know who they are and what they're doing now. And we'll get to them. They're on the list, but they're just not important enough to even give them any time or energy at this point in time. And you know who I'm talking about. Facts. If they cannot openly discuss facts with you and back those facts up, not with just trust me, believe me, please do not trust them. Hate bonding is for flip-floppers. B-Fergs, dropping the proof again. Ask for proof. Stop just blindly believing what these creators say. They're no different than you or me. We're all the same. Just because I sit behind the screen and talk to you all, I'm no different than you in the comment section. I am no brighter, smarter, anything than any of the rest of you. Maybe a little bit honorier than some of you. Yeah, probably. But we've had to walk the facts out. And when we have been wrong, I've corrected it and turned around every time. So do I feel a little personal slap when I watch creators throw shit all over my work? Yes, I do. I have busted my ass for months trying to get facts out there, and I would do it time and time again. And the Tessas have busted their asses to get facts out there time and time again. So when other creators try to come in and like act like they've cared, it chaps my ass. I'm sorry. Chaps my ass to no end. And I've had to just like chalk it up and be like, whatever. Oh, and by the way, to you creators who are trying to clip my stuff, if I don't like you, you don't have permission to clip my shit or use my shit at all. Don't touch my shit because you can't even be truthful when clipping my clips. Don't touch it. To the rest of you, continue on. I'll send you anything you want. Ask me for whatever you need and I got your backs. But to the rest of you, don't touch my shit. Because if you can't be honest when you're touching my shit, don't touch it. There's nothing worse than having somebody that chapstick. I need chapstick all the time. There's nothing worse than some messy, sloppy ass creator that can't do anything for themselves that comes in and sends people to clip your shit for them. And then they still get it wrong. Oh, talk about annoy me. Y'all, y'all know how I get. Heavily edited. Thank you, Ice Queen. All the heavily edited videos that were sent to the police department. Yeah. Okay, y'all, we're done for the day. Melissa, right? All of you guys that know. I know, V-Fergs. I hate that shit though. Like I get really, because it would be one thing if they would have given a shit all along and tried helping unfold this. But these people didn't. They created so much chaos and confusion and came at me on such a personal level. I can't just chalk that up and be like, oh yeah, you're a good person. Yeah, let's expose these tragedy pimps. No, I can't. No, sorry. They will be exposed for who they are. This is my specialty, is exposing people who like to say they're exposing other people. That's my specialty. Yes, happy. The truth never changes either, y'all. And you guys know how good I am about like letting, yes, Jimmy, it is. And it's really sad because they're seeing the numbers and the views. And it's unfortunate because the truth has always been here. It's just they've opted to not see it. Yeah, the Phoenix. I did a whole thing about people in Arizona going across the border for medication and doctor care and stuff. My in-laws' friends do it. In fact, one of them almost got locked up coming back across because he didn't realize he had I think he could only have 3 months of one of the medications, and he had like a full year of it. Little old guy in his 80s. But there's a lot of people that go down across the border for medical care and stuff of that nature. So I ain't about to even shade anybody for that shit with the person before. Yeah, beefarks. And if you like to, I'll be honest, I don't like exposing some people, but other people I really do. I really, really like exposing other people. And I'm really good at exposing certain people. And I'll say that 100% because I know. Because the last one that I just exposed is being exposed still, but it's not my doing. It's because people finally saw the truth. And then, as things unfold, more and more people will see. So it's just kind of this continual exposure, which is great. That's what we do. Yes, Amethyst, absolutely. Happy. She gets all of her medications from her friends' purses. Mona Lisa, I've posted a few pieces of it. There's a part in my community section. There's some on my Facebook page. I'm not posting the full entire thing. It's 35 pages, but the initial part of it was already released, so that's nothing new. And the last 20 pages of it has a lot of private information, so I'm only releasing what I'm comfortable with. Of course, it can be FOIA'd if you want to read it yourself, but I will not put that information out there publicly for everybody. Jennifer, thank you for being here. Okay, y'all, I'm going to be out. I'm going to come back this afternoon, and we are going to do something fun in the members only and chit chat, patty whack, give a dog bone, and just chat because you guys have all joined my membership, and I don't even know who's in there, but I appreciate you guys so much. So we're going to do some just clear the mind, check-in, zen moment. And if you're not in the membership, don't worry. I'll be right back. You don't have to join the memberships at all. Please understand that I'm just trying to it's been a freaking mess. There's so many places that I need to tend to and people that I need to, thank for being here all along, and I fail at it. So thank you, LG, for including that too. No F's given. Now that no F's are given, do I still have to play nice? No, you do not have to play nice. You can absolutely play however you want to. Just remember, though, that they're trying to make us look bad in any way, shape, or form. So we can play fair and we can play truthful, but we don't have to play in the mud, if that makes sense. Yes, revival weekend. Melissa, you get what I say. Don't do anything dirty like they do, and we're good. That leaves a whole lot that we can do to not put on their end. Okay, I retract for myself. It's been nice. What? Goodbye. And the tail on the donkey. Okay, I'm out now. I'm just trying to make sure I catch everybody's comments. Sorry, y'all. I know I've been terrible about reading comments. I choose to play calm yet direct. Pirate, there you go. Mona Lisa, there is Yuma Police Department is where you're going to go. Bye, everyone. Have a good day. I'll see you guys later.